This episode is brought to you by Honda. When you test drive the all-electric Prologue SUV, there's a lot that could impress you about it. There's the generous passenger space, the clean, thoughtful design, and the intuitive technology. But out of everything, what you'll really love most is that it's a Honda. Visit honda.com/EV to see offers.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for this day.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged episode. I have no idea. But before we get going, I'd like to big a shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine on the market. Go over, mention Coach Unplugged. They'll give you $450 off, and they'll take really good care of you. Before I forget too, if you like this podcast, go over and check out some of our other ones like High School Hoops, Coaching Youth Hoops, 5-Minute Basketball Coaching Podcast. If you're looking for that one defense that will work against anybody, the Funnel Down Defense Podcast, the Rule of 3 offense that will work at any level, go over and check those out. Leave a 5-star review. We would like those. But also go over and check out teachhoops.com. For coaches who want to get better. It's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's resources. It's everything. It's what I would have wanted as a 27-year-old basketball coach. It's a roadmap to success on and off the court. And we offer a 14-day free trial because I'm a coach. I understand how it goes. Go over and check it out. Kick the tires around, see if it's for you. And if it's not, we'll part our ways and we'll say thank you and move on. But I guarantee you're going to love all the material. And the material we're always putting in teachhoops.com. But anyway, have a great day, everybody. And let's head off the podcast.
Coach, how are you?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
We're still in the same spot. And Coach is hungry. I'm hungry. Yeah. Anyway.
If you haven't caught on, we batch these up.
We haven't
been here for 2 weeks.
We're living in the Tribune Tower in Chicago now. I'll move in. I'll tell my brother I'll
move in right away.
Right
away. I'll even move the furniture up to the next level that he's
I know. It will be exciting. Yeah. All right. So what's today's topic, Coach?
Today we're going to talk about how to properly structure a practice.
Do we have something that they could go? We didn't talk about our practice thing. Do we want to talk about our practice thing?
Yeah. Well, I think again, one of the things that you can, yes. So
yes is the answer. You do.
There's two things.
I teed that up for you.
I
teed that up really nice for you.
Yes. So go to coachingyouthhoops.com. We have a full season of practice plans for you. You can also create your own practice plan. You just fill out a few questions. We use AI to create the practice plan. You answer the questions on what your needs are.
And what's the URL for that?
It's just coachingyouthhoops.com. The second thing I want to introduce
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Is we've put together practice plan structure. Again, if you want to look up the drills all on your own and do the work yourself, we at least created an outline for you. It's a free outline. Just go to coachingyouthhoops.com, click on the tab that's called products, and then down to practice planning. And you can download that. And actually, I take that back. It's only $9. It's not free. That one's not free. So go to
Small fee
cost
is
of
a
a
cup of coffee.
Starbucks
Trust me, I took Coach out
latte.
for a cup of coffee that they poured water. There was a drip thing.
I'm
I
trying
don't know.
to, yeah,
It
trying to
was
get you all
he's a
bougie.
coffee snob. It's something like here's the beans and they're pouring the water and it's dripping and it's
Pour
like just
over.
give me my coffee. I don't need like we
Dude,
would.
yeah.
It's
You
like
love that coffee, though. It was
it was very good. It was very good. But anyway, so that was $9. So why wouldn't
right.
you want great practice plans? All right, so give me the topic. I didn't mean to get you off topic there. No.
No, no, no. We're going to talk about practice plan structure. So
Okay.
this follows right along with the practice planner that I just mentioned. And it's pretty easy. And I highly suggest you have a plan going into practice that follows a structure. Ours is we have we do 5 or 5, not even 5 minutes, a 1 minute huddle in the center of the court. Hey, how are you? How was your day? Anybody got a quick story? And then we hit it hard. I do that mainly with the girls. The boys, I probably would just get on the line and do something right
We
away. Get all that
meditate.
energy
We
up.
meditate.
Yeah, or that's the other
It's
option. Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're
Yeah.
on. I want to bring them down before I rev them back up.
Yeah,
So
that's a really good point.
we
Yeah.
close eyes and go into a circle and we do breathing exercises and we do all because here's my theory. Even
Do you
with the
like
younger
candles
kids,
too and dim the
no,
lights?
we
I'm just
could
kidding.
if we could.
Yeah.
The people listening to this podcast, it's been a while since you've been in school. School is stressful, and
Yeah.
school is comparison, and school is having to be on. And
Yeah.
both of us as parents, we'd go to parent teacher conferences. They say your daughter and son is the nicest person, and then they'd come home and their head would spin around 3 times because they keep it together for school, and then they come home and they know it's safe. It's the same. It's like they're keeping it together for school for the most part. I've had some,
Yeah.
but so this should be their safe zone. So what I try to do is like, okay, I know it's been stressful because especially high school. It's like Mean Girls. It's like the movie Mean Girls. That is literally high school. I'm not kidding. So they're keeping it together and everyone's looking at me and what I'm wearing and how I'm talking and who I'm talking to and blah, blah, blah. So we have to, I like to bring them down. I have found that to be when we don't do it, they tend to it's better. It's a better practice for
Yeah.
sure.
Totally. That totally makes sense.
So structure practice for me, I think you got to have structure. I'm not walking into my classroom, and there are days I do it, but most part I don't walk into classroom and not know what I'm going to do. I know I've taught long enough that after 35 years, I could probably walk in on Monday without a lesson plan and probably teach, but I don't because
Right.
I want to be prepared. But I never walk into practice because it's such moving pieces. But you got to have a lesson plan or a practice plan when you walk in. And like I said a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago, is it should be longer than the time. So if you have a 2-hour practice, the practice plan should be 3 hours. But I change up. Like there's days we'll do offensive stuff for 80% of the practice, and we'll do D. Ours is a little different in the sense that again, I get them 6 days a week.
Right.
When I was
Right.
coaching youth, I tended to break it up into quarters. So I had a first quarter, second quarter, halftime, third quarter, fourth quarter. And then so we got some offensive stuff. We got to work on some defensive stuff. We got to work on some team stuff. So it was compartmentalizing things for me. So I wouldn't forget, oh, did we not do an out of bounds play? Have we not worked on our offense in a while? Because I didn't want to work on any one thing too much. And then
Yeah.
pre-game, halftime, post-game, I'd throw the fun stuff. We'd play some games, we'd do something like that, change it, and then I'd refocus them. That's usually the way I structured my practices.
So how I structure it is again, like I said, we meet in the middle. We have 5 minutes of some sort of ball handling exercises where they're just still kind of in a circle. They're talking, right? They have that little community time. That's what I'm trying to say. And then it follows a very structured format of we go offense, and not necessarily in this order, depends on what we need, but it's offense, defense, transition to offense, and transition to defense. And I make sure that I have a set of drills or whatever I need to work on in each of those sections because that follows the game. And you're in one of those stages throughout the game. So I think it also helps them at the end put the puzzle together because then we scrimmage, right? And each of those, you say, well, how much time do you do on what? It depends.
It really does.
Right?
And maybe you go to a tournament and all of a sudden things aren't going well.
That's right.
Like
and
we didn't play very good.
Time
Then you got to pivot. You really do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's exactly right. And that's, I definitely have flexibility in that the way we do that. So
Right.
the time isn't as important. Obviously, I have 90 minutes, that's the time, but then how I break those up into the sections. And then, it's come to scrimmage time. How much scrimmage, this is funny with kids. It's like I feel like I battle this discussion. Let's take offense, for example. We're doing, and I'll go back to a podcast I talked about doing 3-on-3, no dribble. Okay. And that's in the offensive section. We're really focused on the offense. Before I segue, or I'm going to segue real quickly, and before I finish the thought on the offense, that same drill, 3-on-3, you're also working in defense, right? But I could take that same 3-on-3 no dribble and move it to defense with an emphasis on defense, right? Where I'm instructing the defense more than I am the offense. You see how that, right? But let's go back to the offense. So we're doing 3-on-3 no dribble, and we're just working things out. And the kids say, "Are we ever going to scrimmage today?" I'm like, "What did we just do? This is a scrimmage." I'm like, "Well, what's?" And I ask them, "Well, what do you think a scrimmage is?"
Right.
Right? And then they'll tell me it's, well, you get to dribble. And I said, well, okay. Well, I said, can you do me a favor right now? I'm going to give you a calculus problem. Can you figure this out? 'Cause I'm stuck. Yeah, and can you teach it and walk me through it, right? Step by step, so I know. And they're like, no, we can't. I'm like, we're just doing addition, I'm like, exactly. Right? That's why I have to break the game down to you in little pieces so you're able to quote unquote scrimmage and dribble. I said, but we are scrimmaging. It's 3-on-3. I just took a constraint away, or added a constraint, right? Which is you can't dribble. So anyway, kind of on my
but I think
soapbox
the
there,
big
but that's-
takeaway is you got to have some structure.
You have to have structure, and however you want to structure that. Again, I structure it by the flow of the game. You
Right.
structure it in kind of 4 quarters, and it as long as you have a plan and the kids are learning something in that section, and you're moving quickly from one thing to another to keep practice moving the energy up. They're
Right.
building their stamina. So
Right. All right.
Yep.
So shout out to our new podcast, Coach.
New
put that
podcast
URL
launching. Very exciting. Very excited. We're going to talk about the ins and outs of the youth sports business. We're going to take a behind the scenes look at some of the innovators that are making a difference in youth sports. So go check it out at youthsportsinsider.com.
All right. Give that URL one more time.
youthsportsinsider.com. And we have a great intro.
It is a good intro. It is a pretty good intro. All right. Till next week, Coach.
All right. Till next week.
Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like it. Go over and check out our other podcasts, High School Hoops, Teacher Side Gig, and then go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Memorial Day doorbuster deals are here at Lowe's. Right now, rewards members save $80 on the Master Forge 4-burner gas grill, now just $149. Plus, rewards members save $900 on the Lowe's exclusive Hisense French door refrigerator, now only $999. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/26. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.